Okay, YouTube, so today I am going to show you how to change out the bearings in the shaft on your seadoo. Um, I'm working on this GSX. As you can tell, it's been in the shop for a minute. Been collecting dust and junk. I've been waiting for these parts for a while. They came from America and they're really slow coming, so we'll get into this here. So first, what you want to do is you'll take this off, and it'll come out like that, looking like that. The cone goes on this side. You take out the 3 screws, and be careful because the cone is full of oil. And then once you get the cone off and this off, you're left with this. So you'll take this end here, that's flat way, you'll put it in the vise, squeeze it, and then you'll get this tool here. It's a soulless prop remover. It just slides in there and allows you to put a socket on there and twist this off. So I already have it. Have it undone here. I just need to. It's hard to do with one hand. Here we go. And your prop will spin out like so. As you can see, the prop's not the best, but I cleaned it up so there's not any dings or anything in it. Not too bad. I've already had this all apart. And then so that the prop comes off, and then the shaft comes out this way. And as you can see, the shaft's a little bit worn on this side, so we're going to replace it as well. That's what it looks like when it comes out. So next, there is 2 bearings in here that need to come out, and I'm going to pound those out right now, and I'll get back to you because I can't hold the camera and pound it at the same time. Okay, so I got the little seal out and the 2 bearings. This one kind of busted apart when I got it out, as you can see. So I'm going to clean that up. I got the other bearings in the freezer. And we're going to install those back in. And then we'll move on to the wiring. I have the wiring out already. They're a bit hard to get out. As you can tell, I scratched the plastic housing a little bit, so what I'm going to do there is I'll just put a little bit of RTV on it just to seal up those scratches, make sure there's no leaks or anything. So I'm gonna go grab those bearings and I'll get those installed now. Okay, so get this wiped out here. Just basically cleaning the surfaces the bearings sit on. Make sure there's no contaminants in there. Alright, so new bearing in. Just go until it feels like it's seated, which that one is. I'm just using the old bearing and the uninstall tool, pushing these new bearings. Just put this other one in now. Alright, that one's in now too. Now we we just need to install the seal, which is right here. And it's the gold side out. This nice smooth side that doesn't have the gold on it will go right down onto the bearing. And I'm gonna need something to install that. Go get a socket. Okay, so I got a socket now that's the same size as this bushing or oil seal, and we're going to set it in there like so. And all right, that's good. All right, so that's all installed. Next, we're going to install the wear ring, which again is in the freezer, so I'm going to have to go get that, and I will need a piece of wood to help install that. So we got our wear ring here. As you can tell, both sides are different. This side has a little bit of a lip on it, and this side does not. You want to put the flat side down and the lip side up. And there we go. You just want to set that down so it's nice and flush in there. As you can see, it's in there good. We got our bearings installed, our seal. So next we'll be installing our new shaft. Get rid of this little mesh thing. As you can see, doesn't have the wearing like the old one does. So we're gonna install that. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this before I install it. And then I gotta find out where these O-rings go, and I'll get back to you. So I was having issues. I got this all back apart again. I was having issues with this new shaft making the propeller tighten up too tight against this housing here and not allowing the propeller to spin freely. And I couldn't figure it out for a little bit there, and then I realized that these shafts are different. So this is a little bit thinner here, and it allows it to suck in just a little bit more. So I guess it's my fault for ordering eBay kits, eBay rebuild kits, instead of just getting the stock parts from the Sea-Doo. But so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use the old shaft. It's not great, but I'm going to use it and throw these throw the new bearings in there instead and put it together, because I already tried installing this and it makes it spin freely in there. So we're gonna do that instead of using this one. So I'm gonna put this together here. Alright, so you set your torque wrench to 50 foot-pounds. And you just tighten it up until she clicks. That's it. I should be able to take this off. And it should spin freely, but it's not. Okay. Problem. Not the shaft, it's that bearing. Okay, so that's exactly what it was. So this new thresh washer was too thick and wasn't allowing this to spin freely like that, which it should. So that's torqued to 50 foot-pounds. So I used everything. I put the new shaft back on, and I used the new thresh bearing. I just didn't use the new thresh washer because it's a little too thick for some reason. So that's back together. And it spins freely. So I'll show you what the next. There we go. So your next step is grease up your splines, and then grab your little rubber boot here, and you're gonna want to shove that in there if you can, one-handed. There, shove that in there like that, and then this is ready to install back on the ski. I got all my other parts here nice and organized. Well, I guess there's one other thing we need to do. We need to install the cone back on and fill it up with oil. So I'm going to clean this cone out a bit and then change this O-ring out, which can't quite see, but there is an O-ring there. And I'll get back to you. So you just squirt it in here until it fills right up. The manual says to fill it to the bottom of the set screw. So basically just fill it until it starts coming out of there. This, you're going to want to install this part. There's two O-rings that come in the kit. They go right here. And again, you're going to want to take the RTV and just lightly put some on those two O-rings, and then lightly put a nice little bead around there. Okay, so once you get those little O-rings installed with the RTV, again, I just used the black stuff. You put your bolts back in, and I've put some low strength Loctite on there, so it'll hold them in place good. If you happen to take this off, always make sure it's on this side of the pump and not this side, because your steering cable is on this side, and then this goes on the top for your VST. And then the next step after that, we're gonna take the RTV and put it around this edge here and stick it on the ski. Make sure you clean both surfaces before you put the RTV on, and then you can install it on the ski. So I'm going to clean that up and clean that surface up, and then I'll show you installing it. So yeah, you just got to get someone to come up here and grab the shaft down here and just wiggle it about until and then another person down on the pump here and just wiggle it until it seats all down on these bolts. You can reach up in here and feel behind it if it's not fully seated or not, and then you'll just install your nuts, and then you can install your VST and your steering control, and that's pretty much it. It's ready to go back in the water then. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back to you with the end of the video. Okay, so once you got everything tightened up, you install the bolt there on this VST motor, and then your steering bolts in there. Make sure everything's tight, and you just rebuilt your jet pump and you're ready to go back out on the water. So if you like this video, if you want to see, actually, if you want to see more jet ski videos, like riding jet skis and rebuilding them, like and comment on this video. Subscribe, hit the bell button if you want to watch more of my videos. The only thing I have left to do to this is just install the PTO cover, drain out the rest of this water that's down there, and put the seat back on and the air box, and she's ready to go back in the water. But it's middle of winter right now, so it's just gonna go into storage once I get all that water out of there. And then we're gonna be working on a Polaris next. We're gonna do a hull swap. So